Hi, I'm Courtney McQuade here at our Alt Chicago event. With me is Joe Aguilar, Chief Investment Officer for the State of Illinois Treasurer. Joe, it's great to see you.
Great to see you as well. Pleasure to be here.
So you just came off a panel session. Can you share with us what were some of the key highlights? What were the hot topics?
So the hot topics were around liquidity, were around opportunities within the alternative investment space when it comes to the capital allocator standpoint. You heard a variety of instances, but I would also say perspectives around private credit, around infrastructure, but also diversifying our books of business even further than what they currently are, outside of the traditional 60-40 split that you typically see when it comes to equities and fixed income.
Yeah, a lot of people I hear talking about is the 60-40 model dead?
I don't think it's dead, but it certainly can be enhanced. There are benefits when we think about diversification. 2022 was certainly an off year, and you did see some of the worst performance for a 60-40 portfolio, but you saw in 2023 a nice rebound from what you saw with equities as well as fixed income. So I don't think that the 60-40 portfolio is dead. But as we talk about alternative investments here, there are certainly ways that you can enhance that 60-40 portfolio, whether it be within private credit, whether it be asset-based lending. Different types of strategies can certainly help improve the risk-adjusted returns moving forward.
So it's interesting that you bring up private credit. That's been a hot topic now for quite some time. What are your thoughts on that? I was just speaking to somebody else last week, and they were thinking, has the bubble burst or is it about to burst?
There certainly has been a significant amount of capital flowing into private credit. It is an area that we are looking at from an area of concern because of the amount of money chasing so few deals. So it is something we are looking at. Private credit has yet to get through a full market cycle, so there is the question around what happens if defaults do creep up and get to a certain level. So private credit is an area we are looking at, but we're looking at with caution.
Interesting. So what else? What's on the top of your research list?
For us, it's around infrastructure. Infrastructure is top of mind for us. We are allocating to a new portfolio that is focused around infrastructure as well as real estate. But top of the research list is around the infrastructure and specifically infrastructure debt. We see a lot of quality characteristics when it comes to low default rates versus corporates. When we see yield premium, but also recovery rates are very high there too. So if you couple small, I would say high single digit to double digit growth, but then also 10% plus yield, it's a very attractive opportunity for us to enhance our credit exposure.
Interesting. So we have a lot of things happening right now in the markets. I mean, we have the interest rate environment. What's the Fed going to do next? We've got an upcoming big election. Joe, what keeps you up at night?
So it's thinking more longer term. We are very aware of what's happening over the short term. We do expect to see some increased volatility over the next 6 months as we approach the certain presidential election here in the United States. But we're trying to think through forward-looking past that. We are long-term investors, so we do try to think 5, 10, 15 years out. So what keeps us up at night are, what I mentioned for private credit, floods of capital going into certain areas and what are the stresses that come with that. So we're looking at our portfolio, completely when it comes to private credit, private equity, venture, but then also infrastructure, and how it complements our equity as well as fixed income exposures.
Fantastic. Well, Joe, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. It's great to meet you.
It's great to meet you as well. Thanks for having me.
And we are live at our Alt Chicago event.